Hey, hello everyone. Welcome to Mithun Technologies. So, in this video, I'm going to show you how to work with Visual Studio Code and with the GitHub. Right. So far, what we are doing through commands, we are working with the GitHub. Right. So, in this video, I will show you how to use this Visual Studio Code to work with the GitHub. So, for this one, first you should install that Visual Studio Code, then Git software, and you should have a GitHub account. So using this URL, you can create a one account. So if you want to install a software, if you see, we have one URL. Just if you follow this one, mithuntechnologies.com/DevOps/DevOps tools mithuntechnologies.html. If you see here, just scroll down. If you see here, Visual Studio Code, just click on this one. It will take you to the official Visual Studio Code download page. So based on your operating system, you can download it. Suppose if you are using that MacBook, download this Mac operating system package. If you are using Windows, you can download this package. Right. So after installing, okay, so if you are using MacBook, go to the Spotlight search and you can search with Visual Studio Code. So you are going to see. If you are using Windows, left side down, if you go and search with Visual Studio Code, it is going to open. Same way, like you can install the Git. See here, we have one entry called as Git bash. So just click on this one. It will take you to that official download page. So based on your operating system, you can download these packages and you can install it. If you're using Windows, download this one and just double click on that one, the .exe file, next, and it is going to install that Git bash. Right. So these are the two prerequisite softwares you have to install in your laptop or desktop. Then you have to create a one account in the GitHub. So for that one, use this URL. So here if you see that https github.com, github.com. Just search with this one, right? So if you see here, sign up is there. So if you want to create account, you have to click on sign up. So if you have already created, just click on sign in. So already I have created. This is my username and password already have saved. Just click on sign in. So like this, you have to complete the prerequisite two softwares and account creation in the GitHub. Right. Then in this video, I'm going to show you how to create a GitHub empty local repository, how to develop some code, and how to commit the code into local repository, how to push the code to the remote repository, then how to pull the code from remote repository. So all these things we are going to see. Right. So first what I will do, so I will open that Git bash. Right. So if you're using Windows machine, what you will do, so left side down, if you go and search with git space bash, you are going to see one option. Just select that one and it is going to open one terminal. Suppose if you're using that MacBook, go to the Spotlight search with that terminal, open the terminal. So after opening terminal or git bash, if you're using Windows machine, and if you want to see whether which version of Git you have installed, you want to check. So for that one, you can use that git space ---- version. So this is the version I'm using. Right. So after that, what you will do, you can go to the desktop. So if you open the git bash, so just execute this command cd ~= desktop. Right. So irrespective of operating system, if you are using MacBook or Windows, just execute this command, right? So I'm going to execute in the terminal. So now I'm in the desktop. Create a one directory. So if you want to create a directory, we are going to use that mkdir command. Mkdir. Suppose I want to develop that Flipkart application, right? Just search, just type that Flipkart. Okay. So now what will happen? If you execute this command, it is going to create a directory. Now go inside that particular directory. So if you want to go inside that particular directory, we are going to use that cd command, change directory, right? So go here, just type cd and search with, just type fli and hit the tab. So automatically it is going to populate that full directory name. Now just type the pwd. So now you are in the Flipkart directory, right? So here you can create a one git empty local repository. So if you want to create a git empty local repository, we are going to use that git init command. Initialization init means once if you hit the enter, see, initialize the git empty local repository, right? So after creating empty local repository using git init command, it is going to create the three logical areas: working area, staging area, local repository. So I'm referring that logical areas means you are not able to see physically these areas, right? So now we are going to create a file. So instead of creating the files using the VA editor, what we'll do, we'll create through Visual Studio Code, right? So for that one, first open the Visual Studio Code, right? So this is a Visual Studio Code. So here if you see that Explorer, click on this Explorer. Suppose if it is, suppose just close and you can again open. Sometimes it is going to open that like this welcome screen. Close this one, right? Go to the Explorer. Here you'll see that open folder, right? Click on this one, and in the desktop, if you see, we have created a one directory called as Flipkart. Open that one. So right now it is empty. So select this checkbox, click on yes, I trust that authors this option. Again, close this welcome screen. So right now, see, this folder is empty. Now you can create a file. If you want to create a file, see here, one symbol is there. New file. Click on this one. So create a one file. So db utils.java and hit the enter. So once you hit the enter, it is going to open. Here you can write something. Hello, this file contains the db connection logic. Just I'm writing something and save it. Control S, close. So like that, you can write one more, create one more file. Click on this one, give that one users.java. Hit the enter. So it has opened. Again, you can write something here. This file contains the users information. Save it. Close it. Control S, close it. So now I want to see where these files are available. Means, see here, we discussed right three areas: working area, staging area, local repository. So by default, if you create a file or if you update a file which is going to be available in the working area, how to know? So we have created that db utils.java, right, and users.java. So which is available in the working area. So if you want to know my files are available in which area, we are going to that git status command. Where I can execute this command? Go here, Visual Studio Code. See here, view, terminal. Okay, so here execute the clear command to clear the screen. Just type that git status. See, it is showing that red color, and the files which are showing that red color, and we can call as untracked files. So the files which are in working area, we can call as untracked files, and it is going to show in the red color. So now I want to move the files from working area to the staging area. So for that one, we are going to use that git add command, git add dot, git add star. Okay, or suppose if you want to move specific file, we are going to use that git add file name. Suppose if you want to move only Java files, suppose we have shell script files, Ruby files, but you want to move only the Java files, that time we can add git add star.java. So once we execute git add command, whatever the files which are available in working area, it is going to move to the staging area, right? So instead of executing the command through Visual Studio Code, we can move it, right? So for that one, so go to here, see here, source code, control. Okay, so here just right click, stage all changes, stage all changes. So now it has moved to the staging area. So if you want, you can execute git status command and you can verify it. See, now it is showing that green color. So if the files it is showing green color means those files are available in the staging area. So now I want to commit these two files into my local repository. So for that one, we are going to use that git commit command, git commit -m, some message we are going to give, right? So what is the message? So very first time we are committing, so we'll give that first commit. So once if you execute this git commit command, whatever the files which are available in local staging area, it is going to commit into the local repository. So instead of executing this command, and one more thing, before executing this command, suppose if you have installed git bash very first time, and if you're using very first time this git commit command, you have to execute that git config --- global, so 2 times hyphen user dot name space. Here you can give that Mithun Technologies, whatever the name you want, you can give your name. Same way you can configure that email ID, user dot config --- global user dot email, and you have to configure that whatever that mail ID you have used to create the account, that email ID you have to configure, right? So already I have configured, you can execute these two commands. So if you want to check whether you have configured correctly or not, just you can execute this command git config --- global --- list. This is the command. Just you can execute these commands and see here, you can execute here. So it's already configured, right? If you didn't configure, you can go ahead and execute. So whatever I'm explaining these commands, you can execute here also, not a problem. Or you can open in the git bash and you can execute it. So now instead of executing the commands for committing, okay, so here if you see that one checkbox is there, tick mark is there, okay, just click on this one. So automatically it is going to commit. Just click on this one. See, it is asking commit message. So I am going to give here first commit, hit the enter. So it has committed. So now I want to move this code to the remote repository. Remote repository, so that other developers can able to take this code and they are going to work on that same source code. So for that one, first you should create a repository in the GitHub. How to create a repository? Very simple. So first you should log in into the account. Right side top corner you will see plus symbol, new repository. So here you can create with the name. So Flipkart. So the repository and make it public. So if you want to share with anybody, so if you don't want, make it private and click on create repository. So don't select these things. Later we'll see this. What is these things? Okay, click on create repository. So now see here, once if you create a repository, you are going to get that one repository URL here. Just click on this clipboard and see here, this is the URL. First we have to map it. So for that one, we are going to use that git remote add alias name. Okay, alias name. So for this entire URL, we are going to use that one alias name, so that you don't want to remember this full URL. Right. So now just execute this command. Where you have to execute, go here and you can execute this command. Now I want to know whether it is mapped or not. So for that one, you can execute git remote -v. See, go here and execute git remote -v. See, this is alias name. This is a repository where we are going to use same URL for pushing the code to the remote repository and fetching the code from remote repository. We'll use the fetch command, right? Or you can use the pull command also. So now I want to push the code to the remote repository. So for that one, usually we are going to use git push command, git push alias name and branch name. So the default branch name is master. Instead of using this command directly in Visual Studio Code, I need to push that one. So for that one, if you see here, push to the, just click on this one. So it is going to see, it is going to display that one where we need to select this one and it is going to push to the remote repository. It is successfully pushed. Now if you go here, just refresh it. See, we can see that code. So instead of executing this command, just go to your Visual Studio Code, go to this options here, push to. Once if you select this push to, it is going to ask that which URL we need to. Suppose you have configured multiple repository URLs, so that time it will display n number of. Okay, so it is going to push. So now we have pushed it successfully to the remote repository. Now what I will do, I will update some changes here. So right now, if you see, 2 files are there, right? So now what I will do, directly will update some code here. So how to create a file directly in the remote repository? Here you will see that add file, create a new file. Okay, deploy.sh. Okay, so here you can write this file contains some deployment script, right? So here you can mention added deploy.sh, commit new file. So now we have directly created one file here. Assume other developer has connected to this repository and he pushed the code to here. Now how to take this code? How to take this code to your local repository? So for that one, usually we are going to use that git pull or git fetch. So instead of using these commands directly through Visual Studio Code, I need to get it. So for that one, go to here, source code control explorer, and select these options here. See, pull from, select this one, and see, select this repository URL from the which branch. See, it is asking from which branch. So only right now only one branch is, that's why it is displaying. So now it is getting, it's downloaded. Now if you go to the Explorer and if you see, deploy.sh file has successfully downloaded from remote repository to your local repository. Right. So like this, instead of using the commands, right, git push or git fetch or git pull, git add command, you can use that Visual Studio Code options and you can do it. Right. So clear? If you have any questions related to this video, you can reach out to Mithun Technologies. And one more thing, you can subscribe for Mithun Technologies Facebook. Follow this Facebook URL for free webinars and material. And we have very good one YouTube channel is there. Just subscribe this one. You have a lot of videos are there and one blog is there. So if you see here, I have one YouTube channel. You have here almost 80 videos are there. It's very useful videos. Go through these videos. And also we have one blog. Okay. So the blog name is Mithun Technologies DevOps blogspot.com. So here many labels are there respect to that DevOps tools. Whatever the tool help you want, you can go through these labels using this one. Right. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel and don't forget to click on this bell icon so that as soon as if I upload any new video, it is going to notify to you. Okay. So I'm going to do one more video, how to work with the GitHub using the Eclipse. Okay. So you can reach out to me using this number or you can send an email to this particular email. Thank you.